Monday Night Football brought something special in Week 4. Not just one, but two big games happening at the same time. This is super rare and had football fans everywhere holding their breath, waiting for all the action to start. Two games, four teams all in a tough spot, and stakes that could decide how their season goes. Every second on the field felt more important because tonight's results could change everything. In Miami, the Jets and Dolphins, both without a win, faced off. Both teams were fighting hard to avoid a terrible 0-4 start to the season, which would be really bad for the players, coaches, and their loyal fans. Meanwhile, in Denver, the Bengals had to play without their main quarterback. They were up against the Broncos, who really wanted to prove themselves and get back to a 2-2 record. You could feel the pressure all over the stadium, and everyone was watching to see who would step up. Week 4 is when teams start to show what they're really made of. The need to win is at its highest, and every choice on the field can decide their fate. For the Jets and Dolphins, this wasn't just a game. It was about staying alive in a tough league, keeping hope alive, and showing that they still matter. And for the Bengals and Broncos, tonight was a chance to prove they belong in the playoff talk and that they can overcome big challenges early in the season. The vibe of Monday night's doubleheader felt like a football festival. Two different styles of play, two different atmospheres, and huge pressure, all watched by millions of eyes across the country. Every snap, every play, and every mistake was a big deal. There was no room to let your guard down, because one moment could change the whole game. These are the kinds of games that can lift a team's spirits, or totally crush their hopes for the season. Every emotion, every tear, and every cheer felt much deeper. Last night, every team gave it their all on the field, fighting hard for a win that could change everything and write a new chapter in their season's journey. The first game in Miami was a must-win for both the Jets and the Dolphins as they were both sitting at 0-3. With the Bills crushing it in the AFC East, another loss would bury either team in the standings. The Jets needed a spark to get their season going, while the Dolphins were eager to live up to their preseason hype. Miami's offense had been struggling, and their defense was the worst in the league for 3 weeks straight. Both teams came in hungry, knowing that a win could totally change their story, and a loss could ruin their season. This wasn't just about showing off. It was about staying alive in the AFC East. The stakes were super high, and you could feel the tension from the very first kickoff. Only one team would escape the bottom of the division. The Jets welcomed Justin Fields back as their quarterback, hoping his dual-threat skills would spark their offense. Fields' return brought hope, but he faced a Dolphins defense eager to prove themselves. On the other side, Tua Tagovailoa was under the microscope after an inconsistent start. Miami's offense needed Tua to perform, especially with Tyreek Hill ready to break free. This battle came down to which quarterback could handle the pressure and make big plays. Could Fields shake off the rust? Would Tua finally find his rhythm? Both QBs had everything to prove, and their team's season was on the line. The spotlight was on, and every throw mattered. The pressure isn't just on the players. Coaches Robert Saleh and Mike McDaniel are both in the hot seat. Saleh needs to show his Jets are disciplined and ready to win crucial division games. For McDaniel, the Dolphins' stalled offense is a growing worry, and fans want answers. Both coaches are fighting to bring back belief in their systems and keep their seasons alive. A loss will bring serious questions about their leadership. This is more than just a game, it's a test of coaching under pressure. Only one can emerge with their story intact. The second game in Denver features the Bengals, without Joe Burrow, against a Broncos team desperate for a win. Cincinnati has to rally behind Jake Browning and adjust their entire game plan. The Broncos, stung by 2 last-second losses, need to prove they can finally close out a game. For the Bengals, it's about toughness without their star player. For Denver, it's about mental toughness and getting things done. Every AFC game matters in the tight playoff race. Both teams have something to prove, and not much room for mistakes. The stakes are high, the crowd is loud, and the pressure is on. It's a big night for two teams fighting to stay relevant. Only one will leave with the good feeling of a win. With Burrow out, Jake Browning faced a huge task against Denver's tough defense. The Bengals kept their offense simple, leaning on runs and quick throws. But Browning really needed help from his teammates. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins had to step up, while the offensive line dealt with constant pressure. For Denver, rookie Bo Nix had a chance to make up for two tough losses. Nix needed to be efficient, avoid mistakes, and lead the offense. Running back J.K. Dobbins and receiver Courtland Sutton were key to controlling the clock and moving the ball. This was a night for young quarterbacks, one trying to hold on, the other looking for a breakthrough. All eyes were on them. Injuries really shaped the night, especially Joe Burrow not being there for Cincinnati. Jake Browning got thrown into the spotlight, while Denver's Marvin Mims Jr. was allowed to play, giving Bo Nix another weapon. The Jets got a boost with Justin Fields coming back from his concussion protocol, hoping to spark their offense. Miami had all their main players ready, including Tua and Tyreek Hill. Both games had teams pretty much at full strength, so there were no excuses left. The stage was set for a real test of who was ready and who could handle the pressure. It was time to see who would step up. In Denver, the Broncos played great, taking charge of the game and beating the Bengals by a clear score of 21-3. From the very start, the stadium was buzzing with energy, and the Broncos fans cheered loudly all night long. Cincinnati did score first, giving their fans some hope. But Denver's defense quickly took over, playing strong and aggressive. They stopped Browning and only allowed 2 more first downs for the rest of the game. Bo Nix was definitely the star of the night. He threw for over 300 yards, made a beautiful touchdown pass to Courtland Sutton, and even ran for another touchdown himself. He played really well and with a lot of confidence. Marvin Mims Jr. also helped a lot by scoring with an amazing run. This allowed Denver to enjoy a comfortable and dominant win at home. Meanwhile, in Miami, the Dolphins and Jets were in a really tough defensive battle. The Dolphins ended up winning 17-10 after fighting hard through all 4 quarters. Miami's defense played incredibly well. They forced their first turnover of the season and really kept Fields and the Jets' offense under control. Every chance the Jets had was shut down by the Dolphins' defense. Tua Tagovailoa showed his skill, connecting with Tyreek Hill for a key touchdown that changed the game and made the Dolphins feel even more confident. The Jets fought hard until the very end, but a turnover late in the game really sealed their fate that night, leaving the players and fans very disappointed. Miami finally avoided starting 0-4, which was a big relief for the team. But the Jets had to face the harsh reality of a devastating 0-4 start to their season. Both games that night truly had high stakes, amazing drama, and emotions that drained everyone involved, both players and fans. That night belonged to the teams that stepped up to the challenge, showed their true character, and proved they deserved to be taken seriously this season. The Broncos' win was a huge boost of confidence. Their defense really stepped up, stopping their opponents at key moments and showing the strength fans have been waiting for. Bo Nix also showed he could be a real leader for the team in the future, making smart choices and staying calm under pressure. Now, at a 2-2 record, Denver has momentum and belief to look at the rest of the season with new hope and a chance to prove themselves in the AFC. Meanwhile, the Bengals, now without Burrow, are facing a really tough road. Their main quarterback being out means the team has to adjust quickly. Their offense needs to find answers fast and new plans to stay in the playoff race, or they risk falling even further behind. Miami's close win keeps their season alive, proving they still have a lot of fight. The Dolphins' defense finally played strong, making important plays at crucial times and giving them hope to turn their season around. Tua Tagovailoa also played quite well, showing the leadership and calmness needed to lead his team to victory. For the Jets, an 0-4 start is a nightmare. The pressure is building on coach Robert Saleh, and the team's confidence is starting to shake. Their season is now hanging by a thread, and every game from now on is a big test of the team's character and fighting spirit. The path forward for each team is now clear. They need to build on the wins they've already gotten, or dig deep to bounce back from losses and find their competitive spirit again. Week 4 was a turning point. Some teams rose up and showed what they can do, while others stumbled and had to rethink their plans. The drama has just begun. The NFL season keeps going, and every week now feels more important than the last, with hope, pressure, and surprises waiting in every game.